Stefan Schurig from the World Future Council. Well, cooking is such an important subject because almost half of the people living on this planet are cooking and are still relying on open fires with their cooking. That makes an important subject because the impact of this way of cooking, especially the consequences of indoor smoke, has massive impact on the people who are suffering this and who are experiencing this. So therefore, if we're talking about sustainable energy for all, and if we're discussing about the global energy transformation and about climate change in the same time, then we need to address this hugely important aspect of how we cook and how sustainable is the way of cooking in especially the countries of the Global South. The name of the report that we've just launched is Beyond Fire, as you just said, and that pretty much sums it up, what the future pathway for cooking, especially in countries of the Global South, are. At the moment, as I said, most of the households in countries of the Global South, like just Africa, more than 90% of the households are still relying on open fireplaces for their cooking appliances. So with all the consequences of health issues, gender issues, not having the chance of developing. So beyond fire means we need to look beyond fire. And what we have been doing in this report, we looked into the opportunities for truly sustainable cooking. What is sustainable cooking? Sustainable cooking is a way that is environmentally, cooking that is environmentally friendly, that is socially acceptable and equitable, and that is economically viable. And combining this famous three dimension of sustainability in cooking means that we need to look beyond fire, that we need to look on ways to electrify our cooking sector, that we need to look into technologies of renewable energy, generating electricity, and then we cook with this electricity. And this is what we have looked into in our report. Yeah, the result of this report is cooking with electricity generated from renewable energy is actually technically feasible. And it's actually not as expensive as we probably thought. So the costs for cooking with electricity, including the technical facilities, battery systems and so on, are within reach. Biogas remains already at current cost comparison, including charcoal and wood, almost the most cheapest option. So sustainable cooking means let's move towards cooking with biogas and towards cooking with electricity in the long run generated from renewable sources. So that's the result, and the next steps now is to implement different policies that enable this pathways, that develop this pathway. We need to look beyond fire, literally. We need to look beyond efficient cook stoves and provide the policy environment, enabling policy environment so that these technologies actually can mature.